Today I'm in Joshua Tree National Park, and today I'm going to take a nice leisurely ride through some of the old, more interesting mines in the Old Dale Mining District. Most of these mines are right off the road, and you can get to them with any stock 4x4. But just because they're relatively easy to reach doesn't mean you should go out alone. This whole area is very remote. There's no cell service out here, so all it takes is a flat tire to really ruin your day. So with that said, I'd like to introduce my trail partner for the day, Brad with TrailRecon.
How you doing, buddy? Thanks for having us out today.
Nice to see you. So we're going to go by some of the more interesting mines. We're going to give a little information about each mine, where it is, so you can go check it out yourself. So what do you say? You ready to go?
Man, I'm ready. I'm excited for today.
All right, let's hit it.
We started the day at the corner of Pinto Basin Road and Old Dale Road and headed out across the basin. This section of road is flat and well maintained, but it can be flooded if it's rained recently. We made a right turn at the sign and started making our way to Brooklyn Mine. The first stop was the Rose of Peru Mine. There's not a lot left of the mine, but there are some interesting buildings left over from the mining camp that are fun to explore. We continued up the wash, staying slightly to the right side, and the road started to get a little bit more bumpy. But with a good line and maybe a little spotting, any stock Jeep should still be able to make it with no problem. Not far up the wash and just around the corner, you'll come across the Gold Standard Mine. There's a few interesting artifacts to look at and the remains of the mining camp to explore. And if you're willing to make the short hike up the steep hill, you'll find the main mine entrance, complete with ore cart tracks and air vent piping still intact. This mine goes in a few hundred yards and splits off in both directions and is a lot of fun to explore. After the short hike back down the hill and back to the Jeeps, we were back on the trail heading up to the Brooklyn Mine Camp. The road does get more bumpy here, but still any stock four-wheel drive should be able to make it with no problem. Just a little further up the road, we come to the Brooklyn Mine Camp, complete with a nearly intact cabin still used by campers today. The actual mine is a few hundred yards away past the mud piles. Because the mine entrance is a good little hike away, a lot of people don't even know it's there and never get to see it. Watch your step for this 90-foot straight vertical shaft right before the main entrance. Brooklyn Mine is one of the largest and most expansive mines in this area, with tunnels going off in all directions, including up and down. As you walk further in through the main adit, you'll come across more and more vertical shafts right in the main pathway. Eventually, these vertical shafts are right in the middle of the main walkway, requiring you to step over old, creaky wood to make it to the other side. It got too dangerous for us, and we had to turn around and head back to the Jeeps before we even found the end of the mine. Making our way up the steep hill directly behind the Brooklyn Mine camp, we came across Los Angeles Mine at the top of the hill. At first glance, all you'll see is this one vertical shaft right near the road. But if you're willing to walk a few hundred yards around the corner and up the road, you'll come across the main section and head frame of the mine. There's not much else to see here, so it was back to the Jeeps. We backtracked on Brooklyn Mine Jeep Trail back across the basin to Old Dale Road, this time continuing straight on Gold Crown Road. Following Gold Crown Road right up into the hills, you won't be able to miss Sunset Mine. There's no actual mine here to be found, just the remains of the camp and this building with the American and California state flag painted on it. It's a great place for some interesting photo ops. Just a short distance up the road and you'll come to the turnoff for the Golden Egg Mine. Just look for the turnoff near the large plastic water tanks. The road does continue down past the water tanks, but leave your Jeeps in the area above because it can get pretty narrow. It's safer to walk down. Walk down the road and you'll find the old mining office and the area where they processed some of the ore from the mine. There's some interesting artifacts to explore and a couple of different mine shafts. This mine is not very long or deep, but you will stumble across a few interesting relics, including this nearly complete and almost functional ore cart. Continue on a little bit further and you'll come to a vertical shaft that goes a little ways down and goes up all the way through the mountain to daylight. These mines barely scratch the surface of the hundreds of mines that are out in the Old Dale Mining District. If you have any questions about these mines in this video or any other mines in the area, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching and we hope to see you on the next adventure.